Well, good morning, students. How are you today? Fine. Are you sick? Well, today we are going to continue one activity we did last week. It's called the review. I don't know if you have your book open. You have. We did page 24 about comparative and superlative forms. Now we are going to continue with page 25, instruction 3, 4, and 5. But before that, I'm going to show you how to manage these adjectives in order to do comparative and superlative forms, the form, suffix, and of course some rules on irregular forms that we have. So I'm going to show you some things here. I have, as we have here, we have the comparative and superlative. Comparative and superlatives, of course, is how we manage the adjectives in order to compare, in order to use superlative forms with adjectives. First, we have the rules of comparative and superlatives. The rules, the formation. Okay, the formation. Now we have the examples. Adjective, the adjective base, the comparative, and the superlative. Last week, we did this activity. Even we explained in the classroom before the quarantine. So I'm going to re-explain again, so it's not a problem for me. So we have adjectives like with one syllable, for example, fast, young. In information comparative, we use faster, younger, and superlative, the fastest and the youngest. Remember, we compare two things, and superlative is one thing. One syllable ending in E, for example, nice, strange, we have to add only the R, nicer or stranger. In superlative, the nicest and the strangest. What happens with this one syllable consonant? We have to double the consonant, the last consonant. In this case, the G in big. Big, the adjective, and of course we have to double the last consonant, big, bigger. And we add, of course, the suffix er, bigger. Hot, hot, hotter. And of course, we continue with superlative. We are adding the biggest, and the hottest. Two syllables, like for example, two syllables with those adjectives that end in y, happy, happier, and the happiest. Crazy, crazier, we have to delete the y, and we have to add the I, happier, crazy, crazier. And with superlative, of course, we have to add the suffix est to form superlative forms, the happiest and the craziest. What about those adjectives with two or more syllables, like for example, famous? We use the word more, and in superlative we use the most. The most famous, the most beautiful, the most intelligent, etc. And finally, we have common exceptions, like for example, with these irregular forms of adjectives, we have good, bad. We have others like worse, the worst, good, better, the best. As I said, we have others like, for example, good, bad, far, right? But with these two examples, I think it's okay to show you the formation of these irregular forms of adjectives in order to form comparative and superlative. Better, the best. Worse, worse. In Spanish, for example, better es mejor. The best es el más mejor. Worse, the worst. The worst, el peor. Okay, some examples like using this comparative and superlative. A dog is faster than an elephant. Yes, Really, a dog is faster than an elephant. A comparative compare two things. Un comparativo compara dos cosas. Superlative, the horse is the fastest of these animals, de estos animales. The horse is the fastest. Un superlativo compara una cosa de todas las otras cosas del mismo grupo. Ahí está la diferencia entre comparativo y superlativo. So that's the explanation in Spanish, but be careful with that when we form faster and superlative, comparative faster and superlative the fastest. Be careful with that, don't confuse the rules. One characteristic of comparative is that we have to use the word than. Comparative and superlative. Adjective, formation, one syllable. Nice, nicer than Frank. Harry is nicer than Frank. Superlative, Dean is the nicest. Which is the strangest? Frank, I think, is the strangest according to this picture. What about next? Comparative and superlative. The formation. Again, one syllable, big. We have to double the last consonant, bigger. Hot, hotter. The biggest, the same explanation. But when do we use comparative? For example, Monday was hotter than Sunday. Now we have the temperature, the weather. Monday was hotter than Sunday. If you see the picture, yes. Superlative. Tuesday was the hottest day. Look at the picture. Yes, Tuesday was hot, the hottest day. Yes, the man is crawling. Yes. Comparative and superlative. The common mistakes. Please don't use more good in better. As I told you, good, better is an irregular form. It's a special case. You are better singer than John. It doesn't exist gooder, please. It doesn't exist more good. It's better. Superlative, the same. It was the worst decision she had ever made. It doesn't exist most bad or baddest, etc. No, please. This formation doesn't exist. It was the worst. Era la peor decisión. She was the worst. It was the worst decision she had ever made. Don't worry, please. I'm going to send you this banner in the activity, so you can print and you can include in your file, en su archivador lo pueden colocar, imprimir y colocar, así que no se preocupen, por favor, les voy a pasar. Okay, with this explanation we are going to continue on page 25. What do we have on page 25? On page 25 we have the book itself. Page 25, complete the table. What is the formation of comparative with old? Remember, old is regular and is a short adjective. Yes, older. And what about the superlative? The oldest. Okay, yes, the oldest. Don't forget the word the before. The oldest. Another example, big. How is the formation of big? According to the rules, we have to double the last consonant. So, we double the last consonant, big, and we have to write bigger. Bigger. What about the superlative? Biggest. Yes. We double the last consonant and we add est. Don't forget the word before the biggest. What about strong? Have to complete. Another example, regular, long adjectives. What do we do with this expensive adjective? Expensive. Yes, we have to add the suffix er, but the adjective ends in e, so we have to add only r. Expensive. No, right? No. This is a regular long. Yes. So what do we do in this case? Of course, we have to add more before the adjective. More expensive. No existe expensive, por favor. More expensive. Luego tenemos long adjective, exciting. We have to include before more exciting. What about superlative? Expensive. We have to add the word most expensive. Most expensive. But before we have to add the word the most expensive. The most expensive. The same happens with exciting. Then we have number 4, next exercise 4. Look at your books. And we have match the sentences pieces, write a number. According to the context, we have to complete the sentence. I'm going to do 2 sentences. Then you have to complete. What about 4? Number 4. A laptop is more. A laptop is more expensive than a tablet. Yes. A laptop is more expensive than a tablet. Once more. Another example. Number 1. Larry is taller. Larry is taller. My sister? No. Larry is taller than Frank. Yes. Larry is taller than Frank. Complete that, please. Complete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about number 5? We have 3 pictures, 3 cars. Do you like them? I like the orange one. Yes, that's my style. I like classic cars. And you? What do you like? Which picture do you like? Yes, I like the red one too. It's a Ferrari, yes? Yes, it's a Ferrari. Next, we have to, according to the instruction, we have to unscramble the sentences using the correct comparative or superlative. Be careful with that. Unscramble. What does mean unscramble in Spanish? Colocar en orden. Unscramble the sentence using the correct comparative or superlative form. We have 6. We have 5. We have 5 sentences. And we can compare according to the pictures. 1. Old. The car is the orange car than. Bueno, si tenemos than, de hecho es comparativa. 1. We have to put in order. The red car is, yes, the red car is older than the orange car. Is it correct? The red car is older, entre paréntesis old comparative dice, entonces older, ¿no? The red car is older than the orange car. Is that correct? We have to see the pictures. No, right? No. It's the opposite. The orange car is older than the red car. Okay? You have to do in that way the exercises. I'm going to do once more, but another example. I'm going to do a superlative. Two or four. I'm going to do, I think, number four. Heavy. Dice que hay que usar el superlativo. Heavy. Of car number one, the three is. Okay, let's do that. Car number one is the heaviest of the three. Car number one is the heaviest of the three. If we see, yes, maybe. Car number one is the heaviest of the three. So please, you have to complete that. These five exercises, five sentences, using the rule of comparative forms. Using this form, okay? This is the explanation of comparative and superlative. How to manage these adjectives in order to compare two things, or superlative in order to compare one thing to all the others in the same group. Voy a repetir. Un comparativo compara dos cosas. En cambio, el superlativo compara una cosa de todas las otras cosas del mismo grupo. Y eso está acá. Okay, I think we finished today's lesson. So I don't know if you look at me. Okay, so please, I think we finished today's lesson. I hope you understand. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. So please complete page 25. I think that's all. If we have questions, we finish today. Bye.